What is up, you hornets? It's me, your host, once again, Jeremiah Duncan. Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a review for you that you're probably gonna want to save your money and watch a documentary instead. I'm sorry. Talking about the 2020 release of the Jonestown Haunting. It is not rated, runs for an hour and 25 minutes. And if you haven't heard of this, it is based on a true story, and it's got a freaking cool cover too. That's what made this, plus Jonestown, is why I bought it, because I liked those two things. But if you haven't heard of this movie, let's get you connected. In 1978, a remote settlement occupied by the People's Temple, an infamous cult led by Reverend Jim Jones, became the site of several murders and one of the biggest mass suicides in history. All members of the cult were supposed to die that day, but one survived. 10 years later, Sarah Logan is still plagued by terrifying nightmares. She decides to return to the abandoned settlement with her psychiatrist, Dr. Edelman, hoping to finally put the ghost of the past to rest. But Sarah soon discovers the cult's former home has become a breeding ground for the supernatural. Now she faces a new fight for survival, battling malevolent entities in an attempt to once again escape the potent darkness of Jonestown. All right, so first off, it says it's based on the true story, which, I mean, it kind of is, very loosely. But it's also, the cult aspect is true of it. Of course, Jonestown was there. Reverend Jim Jones was there. All that stuff. I will say kudos to them on this aspect, that a lot of the quotes and dialogue that the actor that played Reverend Jim Jones used are literal from recordings and transcripts verbatim of what Jim Jones said. So you did a little bit of research. I'll give you that shout out. Now, however, this sick ass cover, it's boring though. They spent more time on this and the name than they did on the actual story. It's boring. It drags on. There's bad acting. The script is bad. It's really unfortunate. It's also, to me, the worst part of this film is they say the haunting in Jonestown, and it's not really supernatural. I mean, that's really what makes it the worst part, because it's kind of false advertising, because you're hoping for like some creepy like Kool-Aid ghost or whatever, somebody that drank the juice. And save your money. If you want to learn about Jonestown or anything around that, just watch a documentary. There's so many good ones out there, and they're so fascinating because it is a wild, wild story. Those stories are way scarier than this. This is not worth a watch. Watch the documentary. But I'm a huge fan of the cults, serial killers, true crime, and stuff like that. So I'm giving it a 3 out of 10 just because you gave a nod and you used some actual dialogue to it. That's pretty rad. The Jonestown Haunting, 3 out of 10. If you've seen it, comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like, subscribe, hit the death button notifications. Stick around.